sure as many of you may have been aware, I haven't been around in the country for some time. And that was not because I had taken some leave to relax. It was because, unfortunately, I became indisposed suddenly. I got a sudden attack of an illness that I first thought was an ordinary thing. I tried using my own knowledge to deal with and failed, and eventually thought it wise to get out. Because we live in a rather difficult environment. I'm sure all of you know that we are always worried of being poisoned. Poison is something that even the media has been very worried about, and everybody is worried about. So if you are unwell and not clear what is causing it, you get worried. Happily, having gone to the good centers where all things can be explored, it became clear that I had had a viral infection which caused my sudden problems, the acute illness that I had. And like all viral infections, there are no specific treatments, only supportive treatments, and the body heals itself. And so by the grace of God, because when we say the body heals itself, it is really the grace of God. So the grace of God healed me, and I came back in full swing like I have always been. So that was the reason I was away. Some of our colleagues fear to talk about ailments that afflict people who are in leadership of anything. And I don't believe that. So even while I was away, people were cagey about saying what had caused my disappearance, although quite many of them knew the situation. But that was the situation, and as I've said, I am happily back in full swing. What has been happening, I must say, is nothing new, nothing unexpected. It is part and parcel of what has been going on for the last couple of decades now. It's only the magnitude, it's only presentations of it, manifestations of it, but it is the same situation that we have been dealing with. And so at this meeting, I only spend a little time on talking about the manifestation of those problems, and then deal with what really needs to be done. That is more important, I think, for the country than just addressing what the problem is. Both are important, because unless you clearly understand what the problem is, you are likely to offer wrong remedies. Now, in 2011, at the launch of this platform, this struggle platform, we did present to the country what we called the Ugandan crisis. And it was 2021. it was crystallized in this document, the crisis in Uganda today. And it's also available in soft copies. Those who want to get it can get it from us. This crisis has been developing over time. The social, economic, political, even environmental and climate crisis that the country faces has been developing over time. What we just did in this book was to capture how it was as of 2021. And in talking about the crisis, we also said at that time what had caused the crisis, what was driving the crisis. And the fundamental cause is what we characterized as the state capture in Uganda, the capture of the state by a cabal of people using force, using arms to capture all power of state, to capture all institutions of the state. And therefore, for the population and all in the state to be just subjects, observers of those who had captured the state. And it was clear that those who had captured the state had captured all the wealth of the country. That's what capturing the state means. You capture control of the wealth. So the population is not in control of the wealth within Uganda. They capture this decision making. They are the ones who decide. They are sovereign.